My name is PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there. See them. Yopo.
Rachel, I'm with you.
Okay, my main friend and command BT phone now.
Yeah.
May take it from the former vice president, Lieutenant Ochoa. I don't know if the former president has a thing with lawlessness. If he has a certain love for lawlessness, because ever since NDC bar been biano, anybody who makes remarks and I say anything that goes contrary to your laws, na say emrano any nipani dia says anipano APA free police custody and I say any law enforcement custody pe ube huno na nipano akuchia your former vice president na nipani na akudi nkika ho ase bia asebio onu na wasoma no so onkoye de oye you say microphone so na air because omunim say that is the only thing that would draw the former vice president's attention to them anything that they are continuously doing that but who yes akwa na oti TikTok na odi nzemhunu na ye che no
akofo adonyame na adonyame
boy ba ku bi dia che no o wodin bi
enye de le the Greater Accra Regional Police Headquarters no
ono I say omodoso the particular on Ghana is one slim dark tall guy be. He has a fancy comedy. Fancy comedy. Opie na the first place he went was to meet the former vice president. And you know say in sem na akola ne kika no. Enya sempa. Let's imagine say you know na no ye omampanyin. E na obi ti e na say bi o me ti radio sisi say make san sem ne fa ne ho. Na otia. E be ne de. And now say obi atunebo a creating an image, an intellectual property. I cry if I'm designing logo say na me ma fa logo no say na etie na ma fa na me de ABA bibi enye it doesn't speak well of the station na me de akotale ho na ma post without even giving credit to the first person or creating his image no nipa no afum ayebone per the laws. Na imrani ne dia wa betro say your friend is saying freedom of speech ne den de enyo my way mu e na yete ama Manasseh Azuri fled this country because he was being chased by security apparatus. What did he say then about it? They empower about me kind. Yeah, boo honorable Sam George ewo Ayawasu West Wugon election. Yeah, boo no born as live. Nobody in the NPP came out to say sorry to him. Nobody, not even he, Bawumia. So he has no moral right to even speak about freedom of speech. No moral rights. Just this morning, I was reading, say, one of the courts has awarded, your friend is saying, some of the journalists now, doing the Occupy Jilobi house, you know. Yeah, awarding Bridget Otu. Yeah, awarding 150,000 with your friend is saying legal fees of about 30,000, and then the police have been also asked to go and apologize in Daily Graphic. Those things happen under NPP. Where was he then? Where was he? Where was the former vice president? And then Obedani flag bearer. In the unlikely event, say Obedani president, is he telling me say? Say me tena ha na say sebi o me didi na atema obeja like you just leave me she bongo ideas e what Twitter no can say metro say ahomache bi na ebe fa no obi eni bebia ede no call ye o kan asem no osu omo bubo no e de nyama tire ni ti oni bebia om de ne call ye he was scared for his life today. Whoa, cause nobody is even beating anybody. They are just asking. And you see, sir, your friend is saying, is he communication officer of a youth organizer recently? He was invited severally to come to the police station. He was invited. Nobody went to him and announced to arrest him. And to me, I'm hey, Magodi Boni, na police are friend before, so I say, he was station we. Na me de me pe. I can say me nko. Na ye betche me Do I have any reason to even say the Omuya and Enye? You see, let's be real. Yeah, penny for no, they need to live by example. So I didn't nya omunka. I didn't go for no yan say nya see the kind of languages are Abronye to meeting on the radio so or on the TV so ekeka. Let's even put politics aside. Yen na nipa. Let's put politics aside. Me obia politics of insult and enya dia I am there because you don't learn anything from it. Intimate now where did the no, let's argue and learn something. Maybe not the American in Yanuke, but the Aokano, who can ye na mitiasia, mefa 1 or 2 a womb. But who didn't pattern and an ipani say, and an ipana say, and an ipani meanwhile, sabi. Abronye can never be like President Mahama. He can never compare himself to President Mahama. Inti say nipa no eya de na say ebia emra no eni need na say wo abetro letter ka say we are curtailing freedom of speech ni so does it mean say yen giant nkrofo no muntina radio so once anybody is able to buy 5 megabytes of data no wafa phone the obeka bia no aka no they are too because TikTok bet you aneka when he gets more following into no yen kan kwasese bia na enfan too no. Or no president, or no former vice president Bawumia no war no. Obi didn't attempt sana enya ne de. Obi didn't attempt sana say ekika nsem ne e fan ho sana enya ne de. Omo kan nsem e den na MPP for anka e friend say proud to 2016 elections. E den no man fa o man kan fa President Mahama. He was a president then. Omo ntem why not chi omo. They stood on podiums, they stood on stages and called him names. What did he do to any of them? Nkofo call your friends in demonstration for Galamsey. They were remanded. And you see, they were even in some of the videos when they go to court and they are going to Omu prisons now. You could see that it was like they were even fighting, like say it was treason being Omu committee here, and they are fighting for their lives. These were just protesters. There was no protesting or demonstration on Ghana under MPP that there was no clashes between police any protesters no. And then omu to be machiako Jubilee House echo deliver a friend saying petition. They are kind. They were arresting people. So barricade. They could barricade from there to 37. They could barricade from presidential palace all the way to 37 because person will be but today they are able to march and go to the presidential palace and give petition to the president, and you are still saying say freedom of speech is under siege. And no every infant. And no every infant. If I have not known anybody that is tolerant, President Mahama, he's one of the most tolerant presidents we've ever had in this country. And that is why even his own party people, some people are even angry, say he's too tolerant. So father for all syndrome now of far free, ne papa President Mills Hono, of blessed memory. Of far free ni Hono, onya den, onja. Because the man just likes to let things slide. Oh, we munja. But when you are doing that, then it means that you are giving people precedence. Say, oh, you deal with people with the law. Obiako for obi intellectual property. I defame me. We not emrani dia. Mo say freedom of speech is being curtailed. How? Not just obi di bonia. You find a way to cover it. Obi edin semhono. You find a way to cover it because it's going in your favor. Eko yema. Eko tia wo opponent into no. You are happy. Is that the principles we want to lead this country by? Is that the kind of president we want for our country? Is that the kind of leadership they will be looking up to? Is that the kind of leadership we want? That somebody will be condoning bad things, will be condoning evil? Is that what we want? Is that the kind of person we want as a president? I don't think so. Looking at all the presidents we've had, even Onwa ni Papa Ekufuado, Onwa his own boss Ekufuado, before he came to power, everybody saw him as an angel. Everybody saw him as an angel. Everybody saw him. He was the president Ghana needed at the time. Me president because my president John Dramani Mahama would have gone down as maybe the worst president in the fourth republic. He would have gone down as the worst president in history of the fourth republic. But Nyamia Dominti Akufo-Addo be the president or my way 8 years. Am I hui? Obedi president 8 years. Am I hui? And then that was why Ghanaians saw that they were not fair to President Mahama in his first term and gave him an overwhelming majority. The trust. Say him say Juma Panana o yano. Ombe dadai by him so between have a biom. Enti no de o man here then a share nensa biom. And they didn't just give him the president, they gave him majority in parliament. Said the person ye biano. Yeah. Because he trust to Judi. And of course, he's lived up to expectation. 1 year, 5 months now, NDC Ababe. Everything is being turned around. Everything is being turned around. And the MPP, from 2017, Ghana was being ranked, I think, first in freedom of speech by RFS. Since then, it has dropped steadily till 2024. We have become one of the worst countries from 2017 all the way to 2024 that could guarantee freedom of speech. Data no obi on online on share. Until NDC came back to power. Even more journalists, more central for you. I can say under this government, they are now believing in freedom of speech. They are now believing in press freedom. Again, journalists are here yanchi enya on my way muna na yete and na UTV a program ama tags bi bora omo studio say adentia member of parliament for Agona Swedo atro letter B or watiti omo letter B mo say bibi nti omo hwehwe na abu no enti show na enkoso. What did the president say then? What did the vice president say then? Okay, I don't even want to dwell on because no the presidents and the MPP is a lot. If we want to speak about it, a dozen. And for me, I think it's just he just wants to feel relevant. He just wants us to know say he's still around. And I'll ask every Ghanaian to disregard whatever he's saying. And on mine, you see, the Ghanaians are descending now. Voters know they are descending. They know what is right, what is wrong, and what is happening. And that is why I believe strongly, say, even the cocoa farmers now on grounds, they know the truth of what is going on across the world. Since here, people are smuggling cocoa from Cote d'Ivoire to Ghana to come and sell. Yes, starting, sir. Your friend is saying world market prices, MPP first starting, and now Cote d'Ivoire price no cry yes in Ghana, and now Cote d'Ivoire and T prices. So Cote d'Ivoire was trying to hedge their pricing. No more shares market in the favor more. So they were delaying in reducing the pricing. When the time came for them to reduce, reducing it was way below what Ghana was offering. NDC promise say 70%. What we are giving now is almost about 90%. Even at the time, cocoa prices hit all-time high on the world market. How much was MPP giving the farmers? A paltry 3,100. When you do the maths, it's almost like maybe a 30%. When you do the math, Obia Okiania could don the cocoa. No, a ton the cocoa. Oh, G70%, man 30%. Now. Your friend is saying government no man no 90%, edgy 10%. Who catch and say no the price in yet. Why are they trying to throw dust into the people's eyes? No, okay. See, no petition on the common president. It's for what? Because they have roamed on way to coin akov cocoa farmers in ho akok can send videos and soon they have not been able to convince the farmers say esikana e de mamuno enye. It's a petition on the president. What is it? On fire then. Me person me on petition on fire then because more grounds no. Muni cocoa farmers akodi nkika ho. Ebi mu kra ba mama odi yenka. Mama odi yenka. Ni nyine echi no. Mo asan puti ya petition e de koma president. Not just say Jumanam go it wasn't successful. Not just say grounds am ko and one would me who say ekuafo no omunim de eko. Into say then you have to present a petition to president who say bia mu ye adwuma bi and I say micro minority no bo adwuma bi mo nya hwe.
Okay.
Omo nya hwe.
Okay.
And to me there I'll just plead with yempen for no say adwuma pa na omo ye sisi ana ama Ghana for asoma adwuma omo na ama obi akoma to ne yem no omo nkoso nyame nka omo ho ye bo mpa ya omo mo obi biara o Ghana bia ne ho ato no usori anape bia bo mpa ya ma yempen for no say adwuma pa omo di omo nkoso na omo di na ye nyina ye ho nya den ento yen.
But that's it, and that was Richmond Adam Sram Sai, we're national communications member, the NDC. My member chairman, my chairman Samson Awing Gobet. Chairman, my me madam, my me said na o requesting former vice president Bawumia and after say Abronye Yamani bill no. And ordinary statement by and no ekase sisi en wosha democracy and free speech, you know, sisi is under siege in Ghana. And never and then minority petition the president over a year cocoa prices sisi akofom ne EPA crisis and any dum so maminti chairman.
That's it. Before Mekas asam no per se achieve for Ghana for niti do awia na Ghana for yina eti citizens show Accra FM.
Sure.
Na menenam bebi awia FM. Na bikote asambe.
Okay.
Na service me pese misra ebisa se eye nokra na. Na se nokra Ghana for yina omon tamichi na yambosa duru no. Na sa suban a some ministries and government agencies eti wo ministries hono service uko GRA or department be for Kimbu we taxpayers office.
Okay.
Na sa Kimbu tax hono omojiji who say ministries and department ya omuma contracts.
Yes.
So omuma contracts suppliers and other things no. Or the contractor man I will go with that. Or two will be a friend of withholding tax. So muti withholding tax and then I say within my ministries no mumfa koya tax with them munko tuya majere. Mumfa nko. Hear me. Abai ministries. Taxes now to say Ghana for our suppliers. And now Ghana ni akoye contract or ministers execute. Ya betua ga eti withholding taxes. Sa tax no ese on fa koba GRA Kimbu division no. Sa. Nti eja minister enti wo se etia mo ntua yo minister for mo ntua. Se no krase minister ha. E no krase mu titi sa withholding tax na mo fa ko GRA. A kire mo fa kire ko ma GRA.
What because one team tiskano na mo mfa kwa GRA. Now the same people. Baba can say, oh, ya hwehwe sika na finance minister on releasing sika. Finance minister on fa na samamu. No mo we. Bibi say yo. Say the crescent ministries and departments. Our Ghana no. Say Ghana ni banye ana abrofon mi banye contract wo mo wa. Yeti withholding tax. Yet this how withholding tax we are. And so on for GRA. Yes.
Now consolidated account. Now finance minister say me ko yiska Emma contractor. Emma Minister of Health. Emma Education Ministers. You go na maskunu. Me boana.
Sure.
Na say multi ministers no multi saske no. And mo for GRA. But GRA for I want to go private sector. Microphone importers, exporters, manufacturers. They should go and harass those people. Meanwhile, who just consolidated ska, spend it. Who did you juma ho? What to take withholding taxes? Bomb for Koba GRA. President Mama.
Tiemia. Echena. Director all ministries and agencies. So more withholding taxes now. No mo fa ko ba jere, mo fa sikere ko ma jere. Ma mo fa enkotra mo office no mo ye meetings alawa and then dabi. Sa sikere ese ko because the way your baba ti uska for kono. The way your baba ti manufacture sikere kono. Sana ya ti withholding tax. I
said the ko.
Ese mo fa ko ba jere. Eni ngu ase pa. Enye enfata. Echiri. Ebon kan. Say no correct. Say ministries now mo titi hono. Withholding tax no mo fa ko falia. And we should name them and shame them. So we are part of the agencies. And now Mr. One so we do withholding tax. Actually, Pierre Becca's Adabi, Yere Yafari withholding tax. They require Jerry. Or more among Fakono, they know themselves. But government agencies shouldn't behave like that. What do you mean?
Me too, pa.
Because it is uncalled for.
Because the kind of what's in any of the kind of echo.
We are chief director of ministries.
I say the appropriate quarters. Now abani to me
suppliers and supply. What will be contract? No renovation. What you what you hold it as? I don't know for come Jerry.
We are no maka say abani releases.
We are not say abani releases scale. But I'm saying go fight. The papa and mommy go talk for come first number mana. Yeah. We don't talk about it to no. I done mo for come Jerry for.
Na be oti ato de aye den.
Enti me pa me cho bebre. Achira ya pese won say Jerry commissioner general say no crap. Name and shame. My God for na who say this agency, these ministries, they are withholding tax, they are not bringing. No, omo now withholding tax. Omo wabi, anamboa.
Yes.
Because they are giving jobs to people every day now.
Sure.
If they are paying you, they don't pay you and say you to go pay. They are source. What TV I say first can come back Jerry.
Now abani immediate developmental project.
Number 2. Yoko. Yatiha. Now Attorney General. Dr. Dominic Ayine. Because say they are referring Yamin. Yamin, enemy near Abanga. The NDC vice chair, first vice chair, right?
Sure.
Or second vice chair, first vice chair.
First vice chair.
Second vice chair. Any Yamin, the NDC national organizer. How many na Yamin you pa? Say, yes, Kalam say, Assembly area from. You are referred to Yoko, and say they are ready and willing to cooperate with Yoko. Bessie and ne. Many Okasa Bessie and ne. Me to say, Yamin or one farm. Obi amfino. Abangus are Obi amfino. Yoko report now why? Mumfembre. On for report number. Now you break. Hence, they are tarnishing the image of this gentleman.
Yes.
Almost what was here for? Answer now. Oja hoko NDC. Mamrika Sambe Bray. You see a grandbo of Jubilee House or yeah, President Stafford. Anambwa.
Yeah.
One of the things you can say, Bawumia is not decisive, he cannot take decisions on his own. Okay, pa.
Sure.
Inti, and you are statement about where the two gentlemen, Jimmy say he has been pushed. He has been pushed. He has been pushed to make wrong statement at wrong time. That's what I see. I'm not saying as an opposition leader, of course, he's supposed to fight for his people. He's right to fight for his people. He has all the moral right, all the legal right to fight for his people. But as somebody we are paying out to fear. I'm saying as somewhere a bar, men for who come fast as some. Any jana nanabi mununa samu could munua fair markets monqua because we are presidential candidate. We are potential president. Sene serem sai kan nasam. Say china yam kupo ya dum na Bawumia be president. No obi sukoti bi ne ka say Bawumia wo we karaman wo we po. Time ya ka say Bawumia onum obu or yes no na enyameya pa because I know Bawumia is a very religious Christian Muslim. Despite the fact that he has break the barrier because don't buy as vice president who's the fair name say Kramoni on her munu yere funu on her funu Kramoni now there was even though we were together but say oko sorry there say no na entisa but Bawumia came and rebuilt that unionism in this country, and that alone I admire him so much. So say Matthew be because Bawumia Karamana and Prekodama. You didn't put about them. Some say Gafra about them because you can't go and say such a very religious Muslim brother no. Okwawe Karamana. Oh yeah no. Until I say yeah, come for yeah, not you don't even need come for to fight for him. All of us should fight that. Look, you can't say that to a sitting vice president and now somebody who's aspired to become the number one president of this country. Until say and I'm until for me no say Obia Kofa President Mama say Oyeje if I never choose to dressing of fair and the children. I hope as Bawumia knowing the as Muslim tradition gayism is something that and lesbianism is something that is prohibited. You was Sadia law, can I to Aboko near Kum and yes. And say I don't think that my senior brother Bawumia should come to defend people in that regard. Let your boys go and then you come and Obaba Prapra and advise them. If you have to rebuke them and say, look, because Ghanaians, look, let me tell you. Ghanaians, Kasakwa M4 Jubilee House. Kasakwa M4 Parliament View. Ghana for pay and okre. I don't know the can say the okre. Say the money pack obikoye do mama no sa na ma obikoye Bawumia. Ko omu ye na ye. Pebe for person na MPP can say pepe niwe. Say do mama be president say pepe niwe want to be president. And then MPP omu ko fa tani baba. Do mama ye tani a. Bawumia tani kitwa. Anamwa. Nti sa tani sam no. Because they now believe that Teni our Adi Papa. Mokofa MP Bawumia ba. We are in a Junutum. Your Kofa Jomam and Kofa Jomaba. Your Junutum Jomaba be president. So I think that if Bawumia will speak as a president candidate, I know David as opposition leader, there are issues that, of course, automatically he will make statements. But for Abronye to go and tell, say, sitting judge you could just see our law school. Aba, we are the meta now. And I'm trying to make a question. Examiner. Oh, yes, na say me call university. Now we call you see ya. Say in your F. I am boy. Oh no, Abronye no. Say no, yes, no, or Makola now. How many years ago? How many years ago? Makola.
This is what you're meaning.
He has not
been called. He has not been called. It will be LLB.
So there are certain things that you don't go there because say the banner chop now on your F, but on your C day, and that qualifies him to graduate from school and become a lawyer and become a judge, and judging not judging based on her strength. But according to our constitution, the 1992 constitution, why would you go and attack the person? Ogunu Hufi on him, sir. I contempt. Yeah. What is I contempt? But apart from that, okay, Sammy, now me as a community, I mean, who say Yansa be but just that you went to the extreme. As a man, okay, I say any day the arrest, any opposition member be a, record. Sakon, I don't think Sakon Kwan. And now on the police for no more day. What it means is that it's just like during MPP 2024. When can Dapa say, no, there was some issue unanimously there. Unanimously decision. No. Also, okay, even though the party fried him, but that was the reality. So the reality is that if government should be and our IGP office should be revised, because if it is true, it means that there are other courts. Don't we have confidence in the other courts? Say Ajaben court, there are other courts, a Democrat court, and see, they should look into that, because that is a legitimate institution. But to go to the extent by attacking the judge sitting in her court, no, I think that, or his court, is it a he or she?
He.
Yes, I think that is not good or good. Bench now that is why they remanded him. Even though I strongly believe that he could have criticized, as he said, no, but not to go in that personal tangent. And I think that probably that made the court to refer him for, 2 weeks remand. No. If Bawumia you will come, I think you should rather come to appeal to your team that, please, especially the way Nanabi and Co went to CRA office, head office, and they wanted to scatter things, because, and of course, they know, Nanabi and Co knows that during their time, as he said, you can't go to the CRA content and say you are going to do press media. No, it wasn't. If it was not accepted by then, it is still not accepted now.
No.
And they said that go and get clearance from the Public Affairs Department. What prevented them from going to the Public Affairs Department and say we want to speak to the media? And of course, you have your party headquarters very close to the your friends say very close, isn't it? They could have go to their party conference, Adabraga here to do their press conference. The media will follow them anywhere they want to go. Even press center, they could have just come to press center, there is a press center, and speak to them. They know that it is never done during their time, and it cannot be done under this, because the police headquarters there is not the political party headquarters. It is a public office, and for that matter, there is public order, and they have to protect it. The police have to protect our laws, isn't it?
Sure.
So the police didn't do anything bad if they had stopped them not to do grand interview within their premises, and I think the police had so motto to do so. If today MVP is petitioning President Mama for cocoa pricing, so they now have hope, and they believe that President Mama can sort out an issue for them. And these are the people who discredit President Mama. These are the people who said President Mama is coming back to do what you need to do. And I answered Nomokaya. 2024 years we were here. Former President Akufo said, even described me as perpetual candidate. What is he come to do? And the man came and changed this. So now, Afeyomake and his team, they even went as far as to Koko and say, na Yamamu reach Apesi and Kodombre. Your first pie. And the Kobe Minamamu. Omuni Jie. Actually, I say a papa Ukokurasa. She said there's nothing like Kura. Say a come to Ghana for Dabi. I'm the President Mahama. Maybe they are petitioning to tell Jawara, look, win him. Magana for the yeah, do and enjoy imported free neighbor. Maybe that's why they put in their petition. And not that they put in the petition about prices of cocoa. Because the cocoa family themselves are satisfied. Yes. In fact, Mama would dear Kakuraka say, or the cocoa got toy, and all Jiska, and all that Mama say, and all this Kabika on Fambra. I know, where you know in this country?
Yes.
And so I think that petition fall flat. Number two, EPA crisis and Omokanasam. I remember that when the EPA new boss came, there was a very serious issues at the time. You remember?
Yeah.
Sa Galamsey crisis, no. In fact, the prof mentioned that, but I admire her from far because she was able to go round off the country, and they needed more hands to support them to work. I don't see anything wrong if they recruit and later the board sit and regularize it, because the board can always sit and regularize it.
Sure.
It's not the contract that they've got to sign. Say your contract, and I'm questioning that contract shows that says you should have gone through the board before it get to public procurement. But she has signed the contract without even going through the board and without going to. That's a breach of our procurement laws. Powerful employees there. They have to work for the state. They are tendering their employ.
They did.
When they lost government, they were handing over on the 7th January. They employ.
Yeah.
Didn't they employ?
They did.
At that time, was their board still working?
That be.
They dissolved all those boards.
They dissolved those boards.
But still, I'm recruiting.
So we should go back and check the at the time they recruit. Were the board in force?
No.
So okay. Yes, who could do it? No, be so here. And now, wouldn't do him so. Uchiache. China, Freeman, these people are doing. They are communists. I call them, they are jokers of mediocrity. They are jokers. And I don't see anything that Freeman does. Masa, Freeman is a also. Me penal case no can be who say Freeman. Also, by acting now. The film you ever top or your comedies. Or to me, a name of to me, now we are minority leader. I'm not surprised or a micro minority leader. Now, sir, democracy in there. But when I saw Nima, me catch and say, Yakoko, President Mama was addressing us. It's the time. And I'll be far placard. Or buy our auditorium. No, Ghana in a omuhe. One background bowe. Oh, so President Mama say, oh, or being kind there. It's like he has something to draw his attention. Now, later, I'll catch, oh, Ghana is a democracy. If you have any beef with someone, you go have the beef with the president. But Ghana is a democratic area. So there's democratic credentials in Ghana, you know. Oh, now say your research be. And you place Ghana in certain positions. Say about you can't come in Kabia. Under President Muhammad, but MPP Omeyachu. Omeyachu. You MPP no arrest your friend says, "Sa girl law, you see quite law or your law be Makola only from a waka na from." Yeah, she show me now, of course.
What's it? Bridget Otto.
No, no,
Bridget Otto.
No, yeah, Bridget.
I entered the 700.
Oh, I even know the girl personally.
Jula B House.
Democracy Hub.
Yes. And so, Bawumia, he was a vice president.
Yeah.
Senator Barakano. Na yantishi wano no ankahi. And to say, no can say Ghana is search and the searcher. I think that this shouldn't come from him. Bawumia, you are a serious president candidate. You want to form government 2028. And if you start this way, the Gen Zs will know that you are lying. Because the Gen Zs know that when they talk of democracy there, coming called down fear. And the Akufo-Addo government and President Mama government, one team for two. And yet the same. And yet the same. Now, me back to water crisis. Me fear na yet limit as well. Me Ashama. It's Ashama. And I hope as well.
My farmer we na me wan fair no we ni answer so.
Okay.
Yeah. Samson I win go better na wate nenkano. Richard. Mami to you.
Okay. So far I think say
water crisis in
na almost in shorty. Away.
Wage say your treatment plant no in challenging to know or more year wage I must say dan soma matha heko ma dome achimota sa areas no or more experience water shortage.
Okay, I think say water issues no me and Kasamini Ghana water issues.
Okay.
I have issues with how they work. It is not a personal issue. I have issues with the way Ghana water has been structured, the way they operate. I have issues with it.
I see.
It's like they are not serious with the organization. Ghana Water Company Limited. There are not issues with their company. I don't know whether it has to do with leadership issue or how the system has been. No, I think say they need someone who can come and restructure the Ghana Water Company Limited and how they operate. that will help them to reach a lot of people in this country. Okay? My constituency, the Mablo constituency, Wager Dam now serve the whole Greater Accra. Majority part of Greater Accra. Let me say the southern part of Greater Accra. Wager area, Botiano, Domiabra, Echo, Amasama, Nene, Ipotemuno. We don't say Ghana water cry. Meanwhile, the lake is just about 10 kilometers or sometimes even 2 kilometers away from the community. And there's no water accessible in the community. So what is Ghana Water doing about it? And these are areas that are having population over 300,000, 400,000 population. Amasaman, Botano English amount from the Mablobom, and Yasu Tom and this enclave. Wejaba. And Ghana Water is not accessible there. So I think, say, Ghana Water, they really need to sit up. If it is about the government causing a restructure of the way the leadership are, I think it will help. And the leadership now, the person, I think that the person should be given a task. Young man, do must say, when, and I was on ye. One kasa for quite person on fanya do man the blueprint of how you think you want to achieve it, Fabra, because in sure ya de bia ya mo fan check. Say you free. Obi obey you so bia etuaka. Enti eni kwan say obi ka say me fie nsuo mba. A wate wager. Obi ti wager o say ni nsuo ma. Obi ti botia no o say ni nsuo ma. Obi ti domi abra o say ni nsuo ma. Obi ti ashalaja o say ni nsuo ma. Nsuo enfro okrom ho.
Also not treatment plant in us.
Oh, so not treatment plant in the sea. So I think say the Ghana Water Company need to set up, because we cannot live in a district where the Wager Lake is being drawn from and we don't have water at Domiabra. We can't do that. We don't have water at Ashalaja. We don't have water at Danchra. We don't have water in our constituency. There's no water, but there are no some parts. There's no water, but there are no, in fact, it is only boreholes and our people are falling on. More people are drilling boreholes, and you know the cost of borehole is around 20,000 Ghana cedis before you can have this mechanized borehole connected into your poly tank. How many people can afford? So how come say Ghana Water Company Limited as a public private entity or more running, they cannot take it personal and see say, okay, ensure no see it produce ensure no 10 gallons we na ensure kra enso che anameboa Ghana Water munso enso che maso munso enso che enso che kra nti adenti na mo fa no say a business na omuntimi produce ensure no bebre na omuntimi nchama timamfo pipes ni guo ye ho no mo say pipe no e wo ho mo le pipes ni nyina ensure na mu at times 5 months 1 year ni nyina na ensure flow back up. What is happening? It is leadership crisis at Ghana Water Company Limited. They need to sit down. They need to redesign the way they want to operate. They cannot continue with the previous way they were operating. That's very bureaucratic leadership. It will not give any better results to the people. And what is happening on there? It is an indictment on the leadership of Ghana Water Company Limited to sit up. Fun. Support from the president, from the government. The money they are collecting, what are they using the money for? Water bill no because they are also close to Wager. Yeah. So is flow. That is not flowing. But tell on red top kofa obeye oshiye kokrobite so flow to back. What is not flowing? People are only falling on boreholes. Meanwhile, Ghana Water, if able to reach out to all these people, they'll pay the water. So what is really the problem? And the lake is just the largest, the big, a dog is say jantam. Yes, I don't come. What's a dog jantam?
Jantam.
So you know, inflow into Ghana Water for. I think say, Uncle say, oh, they should give me Ghana Water Company Limited. I'll manage it. Trust me. I'll manage Ghana Water Company Limited, and I'll make sure say people are having water flowing in the various taps, because it's a public-private entity, and you should have objectives, and you must work to achieve these objectives. What are your challenges? What has been the challenges coming? How do we address these challenges? They should give the opportunity to the people who can manage the Ghana Water Company Limited, so that they can reach out to a lot of people. Say excuses no adoso, and then machine say, and then treatment. What is your backup plan? As a serious entity like Ghana Water Company, you don't have a backup plan. What is your long term? This 1 year, you should by now be planning 2027, 2028. So this thing happen, you should foresee it. So what is the alternative? Say, if this happens, this is what we are going to do. So they need to be proactive enough. They need to set up. We cannot continue the same way we were doing before and expect the same result to happen. Ghana Water Company Limited, I think this one, I'm not side with them. They need to set up a leadership issue. They need to face it. And yeah, I'm a some important baby and so flow baby. And to Ghana Water Company for yes, Ramo, the managing director for Ghana Water Company Limited. He and his team, you have been given an assignment to lead Ghana Water Company Limited. Said Juan Mutiminya, Monfanto, Nyamfamo Mombetimaye. Na Ghana for a year, you our matabu. Now, yet to continue this way. Now, the BISO pipe, ya pie, now we had the Kublima by, we are not buying us. You were there, Dumana Shawzano. Now, see, Dum so buy my Yakoso plant, ye see. And leadership, and I'm a boy. Sure. Leadership, they sat down, they had a meeting. What is the best way? This one need to resolve. What is the timeline? How far? The new one I what extent the new one could do ye? What are the damages that has happened so far? What is the best way to resolve?
Richmond, Adam, Richmond, mix you.
Answer na metako we no mamembo Honorable Kenneth Gilbert, J, Minister for Housing and Water Works.
Okay.
He's a very vibrant and energetic gentleman. Ever since his appointment, he's also been on the ground. He's been moving around and doing a lot of work. Now, water issues in Greater Accra and Kasadi, the least said, the better. I mean, we've all experienced our fair share of this water crisis. But you see, during the Mohammed's administration, the first administration, he tried solving this issue by creating a desalination project in Teshin, where almost the salt water almost done emani drinkable and minimum. So it was supplying the eastern part of Greater Accra. Spengtest. Teshinungwa, Sakumono, Klagon, those areas. But Yanum for Ibai, they closed down our project. Bizamsa Dainty, Eka, any contract issues. Inti, almost closing down our project, which would have eased the pressure from wager. Nanka. Omu the western parts other aspects nanka omu nyansio regularly no. The number of gallons nanka beko eastern parts no. Anka no be den ebeko sankrofo no. This is what we talk about anytime we speak about prudent management of this country. Someone who has the vision. Obi a odwin ko echiri. Mama who problem na see what's not attention ngwa pen ya. And that's our area hopping ya. Thank you. Me na me C5.
Okay.
Now na me call GSS. Na me C5 ngwa C5. Yet you swag gallon, from C5, echo 5,000. That one me so gallon, kufo gallon yi. Uswa. Because what is saying you ba ho na obeko akudu ho no, ki we gu ho no. But because I was so the audi be senior man, the woman me papa be dware akọ ejuma ni dia won agaza so be dware akọ school no. Nti I was say ye kọ ho. Nti me meeting say President Mahama be see sa project no wo ho no no. Me ni je because I knew the relief I be den e de be nkrofo na omote sa area ho no. So if aban bi adwen nkrofo no ho aye project we say na wo aba na wo fa botaye papa bi ambetaye chire eka because you are supposed to pay nkrofo no mu service plants no nkrofo asasina mu use no kra no it is rented and a government owned project, so it is being paid for by government because if you know what they call a microphone, no, it is flowing through the pipes of Ghana water. There is a percentage you are supposed to give them. It is a almost a percentage. No, almost okay. Yes, we money in your view, man. Who do your bro? And I say microphone now, won't see now, microphone now, ntina. Who are being no? Who do your bro? You see, water issues in Greater Accra, yeah, it's very very painful. And Crawford talk what like these drums, these cars need container almost twice or three times a week. And you can also say, Ghana Water should feed everybody because I mean I'm not even sure they have the resources to even do that at this moment. And it will be an advocate for us say say we should also look at the water sector. We should invest in the water sector. It is not just about management. I'm not sure some war your friend is saying what it takes. The government has not given them the needed support over the years. We need to even expand. Damn and coffin. So why can't we think about it? Say let's build plants around it. I bet me supply in Crawford. If the equipment are there, machines need see ho. Now the experts I'm sure these issues shouldn't be a problem. Yes, where say maintenance, be na say no almost CC. But I no and almost CC the water doesn't even come regularly. It's your name, baby. I mean see. And so normal, I think it comes every other day. And I say after every 2 days. Na babako. And so if you na ye beer was meshe. It's mesre aban no mesre pa because you see dear. Idea ye the diagram high nyina. Nsuo ni kanea. It's send your omodi omani kon ho na omutumi solve ye electricity problem na dum so na ejai dum so na ya anum fo edi. And in on my way, man, and people were crying. So, President Mahama should put off our light. Yenyamane freeze muno, a keki dodo, yabese defrosty, and your man way, man, and we were here when the light was stable for over a year. And when the issues started happening, we knew clearly said there was a problem somewhere. And yet, so it is not say it will be deliberately, no, but problem be easy. The whole of Akusumo went off. The whole of Akosum by anu for the politics. Intimate mesre President Mahama ne Honorable Kenneth Gilbert. Okay. Say omunhwana solving issue problem way as soon as possible. Say be ya yenyanum na omo ya affected no. Omo start nya issue as soon as possible. Mr. Omupa.
Thanks so much. That was Richmond Edem Srem Sai, brilliant one day we want politicize. You know, Kwachoma I will go bit Emrana yemye. But my heart builders estate ese meno enkasa ope asase papa. Eyeho ena mekanfo ede ama when insase ne bo form litigation free. Ya register genuine lands ena ubenya. Nebo so form the yan so be make initial deposit of 50% and after which you can within 6 months and I said 1 year and ebi chopoli ebi ningo ebi shy hills ebi dawa from 0241 665 200 0241 665 200 and after 0540 226 276. When factories rise, a giant and a protectium. So businesses a grower, a giant and a guardian future. So a busia ebe invested in what matters most, giant and a secure dreams. Your friend saying, your friend SIC, State Insurance Company. For over 60 years, SIC has been Ghana's shield, built on integrity, reliability, and care. From motor to fire, accident to travel, marine, and more. Whatever you value, make sure say obey insure with confidence. Now obey insure so SIC. Insure it with care, insure with SIC insurance. Frey 0800 100 055. And I say we need a broker and casa and no enebeboao. Better still, bra your premises. What do you come Richmond? Yeah, mammy Kumabi. I can't 7 minutes into the mammy mount. I am out 3. Am I 3? Nothing. If me for one, no, me find out true. Not yeah, sorry, mammy and you, Richmond.
Before I say
Richard, so Richard.
Yeah, did you during the weekend within NDC, I think some pennyful be actually and making some comments. I think say it is all to build the party. Sometimes when someone is sharing his opinion on political reorganization, someone may take it out of context. But say anyone else na say yanka one beka. Anyone else na company for we ain't me free ama me kan ma yenye ho adwumantema. Bon say be wiase no na the party no call ejejemu. Inti me for instance I'll commend Mustafa Gbande, the Deputy General Secretary of the party in charge of operation. Obisi niema will be the anka or kasa di anka. Adentina anka mon kan kuku onko kan ntwempe ne fo adwen ensiso okukom nanka niema no ensolve. Ye be that is ampa asemo kan mpenfo kwa say omo discuss. We will not know about it. We are not discussing several times, but the change is not happening. That is why this man is coming out to speak, so that our leaders will also have a way to handle the issue. Because it is true, the party is in power. Some people feel like everything should come to their doorstep. But I rather want to encourage them that if you have any leadership of the party in charge of a certain sector, try and draw close to that leader rather. Try and draw close to the leadership. Draw close. Sometimes, out of their busy schedule, you may try to draw close. They may not pay attention. But the Bible even says that keep on knocking. Knock. Shall be open. Don't give up. If you knock today and the person turns his mind away, it does not mean that you stop. Me, my mama, you say, I'll continue to knock the doorstep of whoever I need support for my people from until the person will open my door. Okay. So I'm appealing to all the rank and file, the foot soldiers, the party branches, and all the party members who actually work so hard to bring the party to power. Say, if you feel say the power has been separated away from you, don't give up. Continue to draw close to the party leaders so that they can help you. And then also to commend Joshua Akamba. He is also out there. He's one man I look out for. Sometimes he go and stay. He said doesn't want power appointment so that other people may not feel that he's supposed to help them and maybe he is satisfied and it's not helping them. Sometimes it's true. Sometimes you need to also, I mean, instead of be my day, I have fine. Some people I want to commend them. And the rank and file of the entire party leadership, our party national chairman, national organizer, general secretary, party no. They should continue like that and build the party. We need the party to continue to be in power. It is out of our humbleness that will keep us in power. Our good leadership that will continue to keep us in power. It's made of mercy.